Hi, I'm Isabella Demarko. These are my real nails. This is not my real hair. I have been a natural nails girl for over 10 years now, and today I'm going to show you step by step how to grow out long nails and keep them looking beautiful. So I've divided nail growth into 5 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. This video will be revealing how to get to level 2 nails, but I'll also be letting you know how to get to level 3 in a different video. Now, some of these steps you may have heard before, but I am going to sprinkle in some of the most important tips that helped me grow my nails throughout the video. Step 1, assess your situation. If your nails are damaged by false nails and they look a bit like this, where the damage goes all the way back to your nail beds, it's going to take between 4 and 6 months for that to completely grow out. You can probably still grow your nails past your fingertips, but they're just going to constantly break, so the best thing to do is just to keep them short to avoid the frustration. Trust me, I've been there. You are only going to see and keep considerable length once the whole surface of your nail has regrown and is undisturbed and undamaged. Just to clarify, level 1 is where you've grown out all your damage, so you've got all fresh nail but they're still short. So if you've got to level 1, you are well on your way. It goes without saying that if you are a nail biter or picker or peeler, girl, you gotta stop. I know it's easier said than done, and there can be a lot of psychological issues to why you pick and bite, so I'm not going to go too much into detail on that in this video, but growing your nails will be a lot harder if you haven't tackled that issue. Step 2, you need to be fully comfortable with saying goodbye to any kind of false nails for at least 6 months if you want to give growing your nails the best chance. I know this sounds like, well, duh, Isabella, that is why I'm watching this video, but hear me out. You would be surprised. It is so easy, especially while your nails are still in the short, like growing out phase, to just pop on a pair of stick-on nails for like a special occasion or just a one-off night out, and there are so many cute false nails available right now and on the cheap as well. They can pop off fairly easily, but the glue is so strong that it's quite unpredictable, and even if they all come off easily apart from one nail, that nail will then be damaged and it will keep breaking throughout the next like 4 months. I've just learned to completely blank the false nails section in any shop. I have been tempted, believe me. Step 3, now we're getting into the juice. I want you to start filing your nails once a week with a crystal nail file. You might think filing is counterintuitive because it is taking off some of the length, but keeping the edges smooth is so crucial. It means they're less likely to catch on things, to snag on things, to split and peel, get little hangnails. Therefore, less breakage, more growth. It also gives you the opportunity to shape them really nicely so that they're all uniform and of course beautiful. The only crystal nail file I have ever used is this one by Germanikure. It's actually sadly broken, but I have been using this same exact one for over 8 years now and it still works. That is because it is such high quality. And don't be fooled by cheap lookalikes. They won't work as well and they won't last as long because they're made in a very different way. I'm not being sponsored by Germanikure, I wish I was, but I did ask them if I could become affiliated because I love them so much. So if you do ever want to buy one, please do use my affiliate link so that they know that I sent you. I actually cannot recommend them enough. In fact, all of their nail supplies are really good. They've sent me some of their other ones many years ago. Their files actually aren't that expensive considering how long it's lasted me. So the link is always in my all my links page, usually linked on all my social media. When it comes to filing, a lot of people will say never to file back and forth because it can cause jagged edges. This is true for standard nail files because they tend to be a higher grit, but with a crystal nail file, the grit is so fine that I have never had a problem with going back and forth ever. But if your nails are very thin or if you only have access to a standard nail file, try to get the finest grit you can and just go in one direction if you're worried about that. Step 4, become a hand cream girl. Originally I had step 4 down as keep your nails moisturized, but I find becoming a hand cream girl and just having hand cream around you all the time is a lot easier to achieve. It's more accessible, you can do it on the go, you can rub it into your nails. When I first started getting really interested in growing my nails when I was about 17, I got into the habit of just using hand cream on the bus to college every morning and on the way back, and I would just massage it into my nails. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a like. You want to keep your nails nails flexible because inevitably you will knock them or catch them on something. And in these scenarios, you want your nail to bend rather than snap. Not bend and snap, as Elle Woods would say. So my hand cream habit has come and gone over the years, but in general, I try to be a hand cream girl. It's usually easier if you keep one in your handbag, one at your desk, one at your vanity, one by your bed so you can do it before you go to sleep. Just having them everywhere makes it easier to do. A better option is probably to use an oil during your nail care routine whilst your nails are bare, because hand cream can only get so far, and if you're always wearing nail polish, it's not always gonna seep into your nails. It can only get into your nail beds. The most widely recommended nail oil for your nails is jojoba oil because the molecules are the smallest out of all the oils, so it's going to absorb better. So adding it into your weekly nail care routine is a good way to do this, but sometimes I don't always have time. You have to let it soak in, and you've got to make sure there's no oil residue on your nails before you put your nail polish on, so sometimes it just makes your nail care routine take a bit longer, but sometimes I'll put the oil on before bed on bare nails and then paint my nails the next day. Step 5, wear nail polish all the time. I actually can't remember the last time I wore my nails bare as a choice. It would actually just feel so uncomfortable and so vulnerable. And this is because nail polish acts as a layer of protection. It's like clothing for your nails, or armor, I should say. And it also protects them from absorbing too much water. I'll talk a little bit more about why water is bad later on. If you're not allowed to wear nail polish at your school or at your job, see if you can get away with wearing a clear or a very sheer nude. And if you can't wear nail polish because you're in the food industry, then usually you're not supposed to really grow your nails anyway. So that's just one of the sacrifices you have to make with certain jobs. And also nail polish can hide imperfections like staining or if you get something under your nails. It sounds surprising, but the number of times that I have got pen marks on the under part of my nails or fake tan, it's not pretty. So nail polish is my best friend and it makes them look way better. Step 6, consider your diet. I know we've had it all before and most people won't really need to change their diet much in order to grow their nails, but inevitably there will be people watching who potentially aren't getting enough protein or calcium, vitamins, minerals or nutrients. So do take a moment to consider whether there's something you're maybe not getting enough of, especially if your nails are really thin and weak. Of course it's a no-brainer, but if you're not getting all the important components of food, it does show up in your skin, hair and nails. They will not be reaching their full potential. You can also use skin, hair and nail supplements if you feel you need an extra boost. Some people say they don't work, some people swear by them, but they can't hurt. I personally feel like they do something, but I don't take them because I do get a well-rounded diet. I also need to mention annoyingly that genetics do play a role in your nails, skin and hair. Some people will naturally have a stronger, harder nail than one nail than other people. Just like some people have stronger, thicker hair. Could it be that my nails are just naturally strong? Possibly, but this confuses me because I don't have naturally strong hair. My hair is extremely fragile, which is one of the reasons I'm wearing a wig. So if I'm having a bad hair day, wig goes on. But I do still believe that even if you don't have super strong nails naturally, that you still can grow them, even just to level 2. I still think that you can have pretty nails and you can upkeep them, maintain them, keep them looking nice. I also heard a tip from a girl many years ago to eat more gelatin. I don't know if this would work or not. It kind of sounds like it would work in theory, but you could try just eating more gelatin. I think she said like you can eat the jelly cubes, like the way that you make jelly, you know, those jelly cubes or the gelatin packs, to eat those. I'm not sure how you would eat them, but she said that's what she does. Can't comment on that. But also just like protein and calcium and all those boring things that do nourish our body and do help our nails and hair to be stronger. You could try adding more things into what you eat. Step 7, adopt a weekly nail care routine. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it needs to look like. I will leave my most updated nail care routine up here. You can check that out after this video. I also have a load of my really old nail care routines like 2014, 2015, 2016. They're not actually available on my channel anymore, but they are over on my Patreon. For a quick overall rundown, this is what your nail care routine needs to look like. Step 1, remove your old nail polish. Step 2, wash and scrub scrub underneath your nails and of course dry them. Step 3, file, preferably with your crystal nail file. Step 4, moisturization or oiling. Step 5, cuticle maintenance. This is optional. And step 6, repaint, making sure there's no oil residue. I'd always recommend a base coat to help protect your nails. It also can help protect from some staining, although I do find that my nails become stained anyway. And if you're strapped for time, a quick dry top coat is a lifesaver. This Sally Hansen one is my favorite, and this vegan one is also pretty good. They are both linked below. You don't have to use a base coat and a top coat, but I'd always recommend them because they'll help protect your nails a little bit more and they'll help your nail polish last longer. Step 8, stick to the damn routine. So sometimes I can go a little bit longer, so more like a week and a half. Sometimes I can stretch it to 2 weeks. By 2 weeks, my nails are probably looking and feeling really uncomfortable and a bit ratchety. So once a week is a good baseline, just stick to it. You can do it while watching the TV, easy peasy. If you stick to the routine, you should see noticeable results within 4 weeks. But if you are starting out with damaged nails, it will take longer and you will probably experience a lot more breakage. Step 9, remember the saying, jewels, not tools. There was a nails YouTuber like 10 years ago that said this. I've always remember it, don't remember her name. I don't know where it originated from, but I think a lot of people in the nails community say this saying. It basically just means don't use your nails as tools, and you've probably heard this before, but I'm here to remind you, don't use your nails to open things, pick at things, scratch at things, or scratch at hard surfaces. When it comes to cans, I personally use the side of my thumb, usually no problem. But if it's particularly tricky, there's usually something or someone that can open it for me. Usually I can always find an object to open tricky things, or I just use different parts of my fingers, like the side of my finger, my knuckle a lot. I'll go more into that in my video on how to get to level 3 nails, because when I actually really sat down and think about it, there was like a lot that I had to change about the way I used my hands in order to keep nails of this length. To get to level 2, it's not as like obsessive, but level 3 and beyond, you have to like change the way you are. Like, it changes you. Okay, step 10, this is the final step of this video, and it is be Dexter's mum. Did anybody watch Dexter's Laboratory as a kid on Cartoon Network? If you didn't, it was this cartoon in the 90s and early 2000s, and the mum always wore a pair of yellow rubber gloves. I'm pretty sure you never saw her without them. And I just loved it. So get yourself a pair of rubber gloves for every occasion. I have a pair for doing the dishes, a separate pair for housework. Kind of want to get a separate pair for the bathroom as well. I have a pair for gardening, and I have a pair for outdoor work and DIY, like heavy duty sort of things like that. And I used these a lot when we were moving house and moving a lot of furniture. I put these gloves on, and it actually saved me from breaking any nails during our move. And I was lifting and carrying and sorting through a lot of things. Prime time for nail breakage. Speaking of moving, I'm just about to upload a moving vlog to my second channel if you're interested in seeing more content. I have been in need of some furniture, and a desk company called FlexiSpot offered to send me a desk. So I'm giving them a quick shout out here. Okay, I've actually been interested in standing desks for a while because I do a lot of sitting for my job, and I've become very aware that it's affecting my posture, and I'm also aware that a lot of sitting can cause health problems down the line. So I really like that I can now stand if I'm feeling sluggish, which is better for my body. And I also have the option to sit or use any chair I like by adjusting the height. This desk is extremely sturdy, well made, and pretty snazzy. You just press the touchscreen buttons to adjust the height. It's so convenient. I got the E9 smallest tabletop option in all white. It took under 40 minutes to set up completely on my own. They're currently running a Black Friday discount, so if you're interested, you can find the links and any discounts in the description. And I didn't break any nails. This one actually broke about a week ago, and it was because I've developed this really bad habit of like running my thumb across this finger, and it got weaker and weaker until it eventually just cracked, and now it keeps catching on things, and now it's cracked all the way across, so I'm gonna have to cut this one off soon. It's so important to protect your hands and your nails from the elements, from chemicals, from water, from soap, apart from obviously washing your hands, and any activity where your nails are vulnerable to breakage, which is a hell of a lot of activity. activities when you think about it. You also need to avoid extended periods of time in water because it softens your nails and this makes them more vulnerable to breakage until they've fully dried. So always wear gloves in any situation where you've got to wash something, wash the car, washing your makeup brushes, even like when I'm washing certain clothes, like hand washing clothes in the bath, I wear gloves. Like any scenario where I have to wash something, gloves on. So you've been doing the maintenance routine every week. You've made it to 4 weeks or longer. You've got yourself a little bit of length. They're looking cute. Congratulations, you have got yourself to level 2 nails. But maybe you want those next level nails, those super long, strong, impressive nails. I have a whole lot more tips and advice on getting your nails to level 3 and maintaining them at level 3, because growing your nails is one thing, maintaining them actually changes you as a person. So I'll be revealing all you need to know about that in the next nails video, which will be coming soon. So do subscribe and check out my other nails content on the screen now in the meantime. Oh, and please like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Mwah.